Hey everybody, it's Aquaman, and on this episode, we entered the Great Smoky Mountains. Alright guys, I'm at the very entrance. So, if you see this sign right here, you see Molly's Ridge Shelter 9.9. That's where I'll be heading for tonight. And just up the trail, just a little bit, there's a nice little box. I think you guys can see it there. And alright, and right there, I gotta go get my permit out, and I officially start the Smokies. It's official. Permit's in. Off we go, into the Smokies. Made it to the top of the actual AT part of this, but I still got to go up there to the fire tower. I don't know if you can see it through the trees just yet, but the actual AT goes down that way. So I'm going to go ahead and ditch my pack here, and because I really don't think anybody's going to really come up here and steal it. So, and make it up to that fire tower up there and have lunch. So I'll give you the view up there in a minute. Made it to the top of the Blue Blaze. The guidebook says it's 0.1. That felt a little bit more than 0.1. And here at the base is an old fire warden's home. There's the old chimney. My buddy Guido down here, met him last night at the Hilton. And there's some of the platform that was at the house. And this was the fire warden's house at one point. And I'm assuming it burned down. But now the fun part, climbing all the way up there. All right, wish me luck. Alright guys, I made it all the way to the top, and I won't lie, it's not for the faint of heart, and definitely not for those afraid of heights. That's a scary climb, very scary climb. I'm actually kind of worried about going back down myself, but I gotta make it down. But man, the view here is incredible, and I got a good shot of the dam from up here that I crossed this morning. So, alright guys, time to go down. It's really windy up here, and I want to make myself down so I can get back on trail. Catch you in a bit. Alright guys, I'm at Doe Bald. Made it to the top of the biggest climb today, and it was a grind. It was a true grind. But I'm up here now. I got to make it down to a water source because I'm getting kind of mission critical on water. But it's all downhill to the water source, and I got to go back up another till I get to the shelter. The shelter's about 3 miles away. So, all right, I'll catch you in a bit. Well, I'm now fed in dry clothes, warm clothes, and this is the Molly Sutton shelter, one of the first ones that I've come to in the Smokies, and it's It's a stone shelter. Got a little picnic area here. Got some bear bag lines. I got my bear bag hang already with my food. And here's the actual front of the shelter. So it's, like I said, it's a three-sided, so it's wide open. And I got my stuff laid out to dry right now. There's only 2 of us in here so far. A lot of people tenting around it, but so I'm pushed up against the wall to help with wind, because being an open front, it does allow for a little wind. The bathroom area, there's no privy here, so you just kind of go down the hill a little bit down there and take care of business and use a cat hole. And then way down there, which is what I did earlier, is the water source. So I made sure I tanked up with lots of water, filled all my bottles up, so I wouldn't have to go back down there more than once. So, and yeah, like I said, it's got a little fireplace in here, but I don't know what the wood around here is like. I think most of the good stuff has been kind of already used up, so we'll probably not use a fire tonight. But all right, so this is my first shelter in the Smokies. All right. Good morning, everybody, from the Smoky Mountains. And as you can see, why it gets its name. We're in a dense fog patch, or I guess a cloud up here. And we had a cool sighting yesterday. We were finishing up dinner over at the picnic table over there behind me, and a deer came up on our camp, which was really cool. Came up probably within 50 yards, stayed within 50 yards to 100 yards, and he just circled the entire camp. In fact, went to bed and he was still out there, so it was pretty cool. We did have rain last night. It wasn't really hard rain, but it still was rain, and luckily I was in the shelter. And so yeah, so good morning from the Smokies. All right, I'm at the top of the first of 2 summits for today. Rocky top, as you can see, it's very rocky, but check out the view. Yeah, pretty awesome, huh? Gives a good full 360. Oh, it's super gusty, super cold, but we're making it happen. All right, so that's one down, one more summit to go. See you soon. Hey gang, so I am at Spence Creek Shelter, which is a really nicely laid out shelter, and just stopped here. This is about 6 miles into our 12-mile day. Just stopped here to fill up some water, which is about 0.1 down the trail, and drop my backpack at the actual trail, which is 0.2 from here. So instead of carrying my pack all the way in here, a buddy I'm hiking with today, a guy named Justin, is watching my stuff while I'm down here getting water. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show you this. Kind of a neat, I like the roof system on here is really neat. So, all right, moving on. Catch you at the next one. Alright guys, just finished the second summit, which is back behind me. I had to come down a ways because on top of Thunderhead Summit, which was about 5,500 feet, incredibly windy. I don't think you would have heard me at all. So I dropped down a little bit, so I have some of this green foliage around me help blocking the wind, but it's windy, it's cold, but two major summits today. Now, for the most part, downhill. Got a few ups and downs still to go. About 4 miles to the shelter, but the hard part of the day, I think, is over. All right, chances are I'll see you at the shelter. All right, we'll see you then. Alright, looks like we're coming up on Derek Knob Shelter. That'll be home for tonight. So, alright, I'll give you guys a tour in a bit. Alright, I'm at Derek Knob Shelter for the night. It's a pretty nice one, similar to the one I showed you guys earlier. I said it's a 2-story. Got lots of people hanging out here tonight. Hi, Antoine. Tag along. Justin. And a few others, and everybody's setting up out here. Water source is down this hill, and it's fairly sketchy. So as soon as I got here, I grabbed all my water bottles and made sure I wouldn't have to make that trip more than once. We got some bear lines over here, and the wind's coming from the west to east. And if it wasn't for chapstick and some sunscreen today, I think I would have been pretty windburned today. It was very, very windy. Today actually was much more challenging than I expected it to be. Seems like every time I think it's going to get easier, it gets harder. The weather right now, as you can see, is, absolutely beautiful. Sun behind me there. But it is cool. It's not hot, it's cool. And I know we're supposed to have some inclement weather incoming, so we'll see. Most of us are opting for the shelter for tonight, and yeah, today was a grind. Every time I think it can't get worse, it gets challenging. The last mile was a grind coming up a fairly steep embankment. So, but I'm here. I'm in good spirit. Getting ready to have some dinner, and tomorrow I'm going to take a lighter day. I'm only going to do about 7.5 miles to the next shelter, and because I've got some friends picking me up on Saturday, and I want to kind of pace out my shelters so that it works out where I can meet them at Newfound Gap on Saturday morning. So I'll be hitting 2 more shelters between here and Newfound Gap, and be spending the night in a nice cozy bed with them. All right, or at their house, I should say. And all right, guys. Well, it's good to talk to you guys again, and catch you later. All right, today was only 7.5 from Molly to Ridley shelter, but the weather was definitely a factor today. Wind gusts so bad that you literally had to turn your back and plant your pole to keep from being blown off the mountain. It was bad. Rain had just been horrible, and again, the wind, the gusts were just crazy gusts, like hurricane type gusts. And of course, we're about 5,500 feet, so we're 3 miles shy of Clayman Dome right now, and there is a ton of people here tonight. So I think we're at full capacity at 12 at the shelter. Let's go. It's gonna be a fun night, and we're all just trying to dry out and get warm. It's been a day, so, but it's always fun. Talk to you soon. Good morning, everybody. So last night stayed in the shelter, and it rained like crazy. The whole area is just flooded around here. It's hard to tell, but trust me, it is nothing but wet trail everywhere. So but 3 miles to Clayman Dome, which is the highest point on the whole AT. Excited. So all right, I'll see you there. All right, guys, here's another first. The pine forest. So beautiful pine forest behind me. So haven't seen much of that yet, so that's a start. All right, thought I'd share that with you. Pretty cool looking. Okay, I had to stop and do another video. It's just like a green wonderland here. Everything covered in moss. So beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful with the sun trickling through and all the pine and everything covered in moss. It's a very beautiful sight. I don't think the video will do it justice, but trust me, it's amazing. Well, I made a bit of a blunder. All right, so I got to this sign, and it shows Clayman Dome Tower, point 3 that way. And so I'm looking, and I'm thinking, that's the trail down there. Well, unfortunately, that was the bypass trail. And I got, I don't know, point 3, point 4 down the trail. And I started checking my GPS because it seemed like I should be climbing, not going down. Turns out the trail is up there by that rock. So when I stepped off, I unfortunately did not see that white blaze. So now I'm on my way to Clayman Dome after about a half an hour out of my way. Oh well. things happen. See you at the top. Alright guys, made it to the top, and just to that tree line is the iconic Klingman's Dome. There it is. Alright. Let's head up and take a look, shall we? This is a big milestone. Sorry for the wind, but I'm at the highest point on the entire AT, at Klingman's Dome. I'm at the very top of the view. Alright, I'm going to give you guys a complete walk around. It is incredibly windy up here. There's the road I walked up in on, and then this is the big walkway. You come all the way up to get up here. Alright guys, achievement unlocked. Time to move on. Alright guys, so I just came off of Klingman's Dome, and another milestone. Not only is it the highest point, it also marks, that's it, we can get here where you can see it. I don't know, I see the shadows in the way. Marks the 200 mile mark on the AT, so 2 for 1. Great day, beautiful day. After last night's incredibly hard storm, I'm really happy to have the weather. All right, guys, I'm happy. Now I only got about 9 miles to go. All right, we'll talk to you soon. All right, gang. Well, we're in Newfound Gap, and that'll wrap it up for this one. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do, and share it with your friends and family, so, and any other hiker fans, and we'll catch you next time. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit that notification bell so that way you know exactly when I do drop my next video, and I'll see you guys on the trail. You guys take care.